What's going on, guys? Siobhan here, back with a new video, and today is the day that I decided to review the AirPods. I saw them sitting down and I was like, yo, I really like this, I really love this thing. I might as well do a review. So it has been 1 year since Apple announced them, and I've been using them for a long while now, so I think this review is well overdue. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the AirPods. Let's get started. 1 year ago, Apple took the courageous decision to kill the headphone jack from the iPhone 7 onward. And when we all saw that, everyone had mixed feelings about the decisions. Some loved it, some hated it. I didn't know how to feel at the time because all my headphones were wired. I also had thoughts about charging and listening to music at the same time. But along with the headphone jackless iPhone announcement, Apple also introduced something that changed the game. They called it AirPods. Alright, when I first heard the name, I was cracking up, I was dying. I was literally on the floor, rolling down the stairs, laughing. Now, after I saw what the AirPods could do, I was like, I might have to cop this still. After I saw the price, I was like, yo fam, I'm dipping, I'm out. I don't like how that price looks. It was nearly 230 Canadian dollars. It was $202 plus tax, which brought it up to like 220 something. And I was just not feeling it, especially because all the reviewers were saying the AirPods suck out the box. It didn't have enough functionality. You only had one way to use the AirPod, and that was basically by talking to Siri, saying, skip the track, hey, blah, blah. I won't say the hey, SIRI, because it would trigger your phones and all that. So, hey S, skip track, hey S, next track, hey S, turn up, hey S, turn down the volume. That was just not cutting it for me, and I was just saying maybe I could still use my earphones, so I was just not sold on the functionality. However, iOS 11 came out and introduced features like double tap on an earbud to skip tracks and more. So after that iOS 11 update, I started to hear positive feedbacks about the AirPods, and I started to think about it more and more every day because I got really sick of the dongle life. And I went to the Apple Store and I got them for some strange reason, knowing it would hurt my bank account. So I've been using this thing for a good while now. My usage of the AirPods were on and off because I had my Beats Solo 3 wireless, which has the same W1 wireless chip inside for instant pairing between Apple devices. And also my Beats had 40 hours of battery life, and that was just the best headphones to lock out sound and to get sound isolations. With this AirPods, guys, if you're planning to work in the gym with this thing, just forget about it. My gym decided that it needs to have the loudest and the most obnoxious, just stupid tracks they're playing. It's the worst tracks. You can't really work out to those tracks, and the AirPods isn't gonna block out those sounds. If you're planning to walk on the road with this thing, it might be a good thing because you could hear the cars and blah blah. But if you need to block out some sounds like on the airplane, on the bus, transit, the AirPods, you will still hear sound around you. It might be a good thing for some, it might be a deal breaker for someone else. So that's why I have my Beats Solo 3 wireless to block out the sound whenever needed. I still use my AirPods though, but that was just like for small jogs, small walks to 7-Eleven, eating breakfast, eating food, or just whenever I'm chilling and I don't want a cord in my way. Also, the small form factor was good for me when I'm going out and I just don't want to have the Beats around my neck. This AirPod is really small. I don't know if you guys could see it right now, but it's super small, and that's a good thing because I normally just keep it in my pocket. Sometimes I even forget it's in my pocket. That's how small and convenient it is. Also, it's very nice to hold. I play around with it a lot, and the small factor is just a plus for me because portability, functionality, and it's just not getting in the way of anything. But that small form factor might be like a deal breaker for some people as well, because if you lose stuff a lot.
Not funny.
Use the Find My AirPods app.
Is there a real thing?
Yeah.
Shut up. No, there isn't.
Yeah. No, seriously. You can't find the AirPods, bro.
Where did I put them?
Yo, this is good content still.
No, it's not.
Check your phone. You put it in your bag right here.
I hope so. Bro, turn that shit off.
too.
Yo!
No, you did it.
Oh my
you
God.
did it. I saw when you put it in there.
Yo, I spent way too much to lose these, man. Come on.
Yo, this is real content right here.
Jeez.
Imagine losing your AirPods.
Play.
That's what I'm gonna
Yo, you
put.
did that, right?
No, I swear to God, I saw you put it in there after you took it out.
This whole time I was using yours.
No. Where's mine?
Those are.
You're gonna lose these AirPods because it might fall out your ears. Not for me though, it stays in really perfectly. Let me just do a shake test real quick. It's not going anywhere. This is how the mic quality on the AirPods sound, by the way, if you're wondering. But let me take them out now and go. Yeah, that was the sound of the AirPods, if you're also wondering about that. Now back on the small functionality or small form factor. As I said before, it's convenient. Downside, you might lose it. Plus side, you have an app called Find My AirPods where you could track the last location, but if it's closed like this, you can't really play the sound because it's offline. But if it's on and you lost one AirPod, you could find it with the Find My iPhone app and play a sound. But if it's in a loud place, you might not hear the sound because it's using the speakers in the AirPods and it's playing a high frequency sound level. So yeah, good luck if you lose these things, because to repair it or to get another one is really expensive. Another thing I want to talk about is the software features on this thing. As mentioned earlier, at first I didn't like it, but after the software updates, we got a lot of new features, like, as I said before, the Find My AirPods feature. This is perfect for those moments when you just lost an AirPod or two and you just want to use the Find My iPhone app and you locate the AirPods. And also guys, before the update, you could only customize play, pause, or Siri, and you could only set it universally for both the buds. Now you can customize the right bud to do one thing and the left bud to do another, but don't get too excited. You could only customize it to skip the track or go to the previous track. You can't use it to like gesture based toggle the volume, so that might be also a deal breaker because you'd have to talk to it. You just have to say, hey SIRI, turn down the volume, hey SIRI, turn up the volume, and people will look at you, give you these looks like, yo, what are you doing? Are you talking to yourself? So I'm not a fan of talking to my AirPods. No, this is the part that would be my deal breaker, because using AirPods with non-Apple devices is just not working out. It's not something that you should do. You see, because I'm not a MacBook fan, I can't just simply switch between devices like that. I use a Dell laptop, so it's a bit more rigorous to get connected. I had to turn off the Bluetooth on my phone, wait for the laptop to see the AirPods, and then go through the pairing process. Once I got it paired, I was able to easily pair AirPods when necessary, but handing off between my Dell 7559 and my iPhone sometimes still requires me to toggle Bluetooth off my phone. Now, that's annoying. My workaround is that I usually just use my Beats Solo 3 wireless with my laptop, either connected through Bluetooth or just using the headphone jack. And I just don't bother using the AirPods. I really understand why Apple devotes most of its AirPods connectivity focus on its own products. Beats, for what it's worth, tends to be more cross-platform and works with more devices because that's Beats. But I didn't really expect Apple to go out of their way to enhance functionality for Windows and Android devices. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't live in the Apple ecosystem, the value and the convenience of the AirPods just isn't as great as if you primarily or exclusively use it with Apple products. Now, let's talk about the battery life and the charging on the AirPods. The 5 hours of promised battery life has remained true in my testing. Likewise, charging AirPods and case can be done quickly. Plug the case into the lightning charger for 15 minutes to get an hour of charge time. A bit over an hour plugged in will have everything at 100% though. as with most Bluetooth devices, of course. Your battery life is often based on how loud the volume is, so if you have your stuff cranked all the way up, expect the AirPods to have a shorter battery life than advertised. Also, it's cool that Apple is bringing out the Qi wireless compatible AirPods charging case, and it's selling for $60, but I really wouldn't even think about buying this unless Apple starts to sell it with a version of the new AirPods that will be coming out next year. I don't think I would, I wouldn't buy it. Only if Apple gave me that thing, I'd go out my way to buy the Qi wireless charging case. And what that does is that it's compatible with the AirPod, so you could charge your iPhone, your Apple Watch, and also your headphones. It's pretty cool though, but it's too expensive. That's what I said for the AirPods, and I still bought it, so I might buy it. Okay guys, so we've reached the end of the video, and this is basically where I talk about the conclusion, my final thoughts, and basically just wrapping everything up from the entire video. So the main question is, should you buy it? Yes, but to an extent. Although I would love the new AirPods to come out with a new gesture-based functionality, maybe improved battery life. 5 hours is great, but more would always be better, of course. I'm still very happy with my AirPods today, but I have a few quirks. It gets dirty really quickly. Not the AirPods itself, but the case gets dirty and leaves black stains inside, for me at least. The case scratches very easily, and it just drags every lint it can find. Like literally, it's search for lints. Like you leave it here, you come back, it's over there in a pack of lint. It basically is a lint magnet, and I can't really deal with that. It's really annoying, especially when I know I just cleaned it, I put it in my pocket, take it out, it's full of lint. Maybe it's just my pockets, I don't know. If you have AirPods, let me know your thoughts about the lints and how it takes up lints down below in the comment section. Also, the mic isn't that good with third-party applications such as WhatsApp calling or sending voice notes. I think the mic quality during calls might be a little bit off as well. I told my boss that I couldn't come in, and she said, why didn't I call in? And I was like, I called in yesterday. She said she heard someone mumbling, so I was like, oh, maybe that's me, because I was using my AirPods and it was outside. When I use it inside, I always FaceTime at nights, and I asked her, how was the call quality with my friend, and she said it's good. And I was like, oh, I'm using my AirPods, and she said, oh, that's cool. So I'm not sure, the mic quality is on and off depending on the environment or the application you're using. And I played a clip earlier on, so you could judge that mic quality. I'm not 100% sure if it's good or bad, but in fact, 1 year after reviewing these AirPods, I like them more even today. The competition for truly wireless earbuds is getting stronger every day, but for my money, AirPods are my pick for anyone who largely lives in the Apple ecosystem. Thanks for watching my review. If I helped you make a purchase, let me know down below in the comment section. And if I let you stay away from it, let me know as well. Drop a like on the video. Let's try to hit 200 likes on this video right here, guys. And as always, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out.